Hi guys! Have you looked at the reading comprehension section of the grid this week? It has a brilliant game. It's a trapped game on BBC Bitesize, and it's all about inference and reading between the lines in a text. I'm really bad at it. I try and do the boxes and they all go the wrong direction. I always end up really trapped. It's not good. But it's teaching us some brilliant things. Inference, or reading between the lines, is when we read or listen to something, but we really pay attention to not just what the words are saying, but what the words are telling us. So for example, if I said, she came in with a big coat on, and then asked you, what's the weather like outside? Even though the words weren't, it's cold outside, you would know it's cold outside, because otherwise she wouldn't have been wearing the big coat. Or if I said, he had chocolate all over his face, and then asked you the questions, what was he doing a minute ago? The answer to that wasn't in the text, but you can probably work out that he was eating something chocolatey. So it's starting to make sense. Sometimes we can tell things about a text that aren't specifically written down. We often call this show not tell. For example, if I said Miss Lister was crying, and then asked you, what emotion is Miss Lister feeling? You'd probably know the answer to that. You'd be able to have a good guess. Even though I haven't actually told you, I've shown you what's happening and then you can infer it. I want to read you a poem now that really depends on your inference skills, on your ability to read between the lines. So I'm going to read you the poem, I'm going to ask you some questions about it, and I'm going to read you it again. Okay? The poem is called We Lived Happily During the War, and it's by Ilya Kaminsky. We lived happily during the war, and when they bombed other people's houses, we protested, but not enough. We opposed them, but not enough. I was in my bed. Around my bed, America was falling. Invisible house by invisible house by invisible house. I took a chair outside and watched the sun. In the 6th month of a disastrous reign in the house of money, in the street of money, in the city of money, in the country of money, our great country of money, we, forgivers, lived happily during the war. Quite hard-hitting. Questions I want to ask you are, what message do you think Ilya Kaminsky is trying to give us? What do you think he's trying to encourage us to do or not do? What emotions do you think he's feeling when he's writing the poem? Do you think he wants you to feel when you read the poem or listen to the poem? Is he telling you that something is a good thing or a bad thing? Keep those questions in mind. Have another listen. We lived happily during the war, by Ilya Kaminsky. And when they bombed other people's houses, we protested, but not enough. We opposed them, but not enough. I was in my bed. Around my bed, America was falling. Invisible house by invisible house by invisible house. I took a chair outside and watched the sun. In the 6th month of a disastrous reign in the house of money, in the street of money, in the city of money, in the country of money, our great country of money, we, forgivers, lived happily during the war. I'm going to post some questions about this on Twitter, and I'd love you to get involved and let me know what your inferences are from the poem. What did you read between the lines? See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.